Welcome to this look at a new map on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. Welcome to Griffin, Indiana, the Hoosier state. Griffin, Indiana, named after Samuel Griffin, one of the early postmasters in the town, and there's been a post office here in Griffin, Indiana since 1881, although there's probably a new one now. This is a new map by ajFarmer. 194.41 megabytes download. It is seasons ready. It is precision farming ready. It uses real soil data. It uses real terrain data. There are custom sounds. There's all sorts of cool stuff going on here. Where do we start? Well, I'm on, as usual for my map tours, I'm on normal economy. I'm on new farmer. On New Farmer, it uses 835 out of 1299. But again, don't turn off yet. Don't worry, we can get that down. We can absolutely get that down. Here's the map. This is a real PDA based on a real place. It's in Posey County. Posey County being in the southwest corner of Indiana. Just to the south, there's the interstate there, Interstate 64 runs across the bottom, and below that there's a sand and gravel quarry, I believe, from my research that I've been doing. Most of the sell points are around the main town. As of the 2010 census, there were approximately 70 homes in and around Griffin, with a population of about 175, I think it was, 172, 175. Not a very big place at all. Where do we start? We start up here. We have a little farmstead, homestead just up here. We do have a sleep trigger. If you come onto here on Farm Manager or start from scratch, that's not there. We'll have a look at it in a little bit more detail. We've got forestry across the top. It kind of sweeps up onto this raised bit up here. We've got some fields up the top here. Field prices are pretty good. In fairly small chunks, so you can buy up different plots, different grass bits, different forested areas. Like I say, this is based on the actual PDA. The fields are as they are, and it does say real terrain data. The town's got a load of sell points we're going to have a look at. There is a railway that runs across the middle of the map. As far as I can tell, there's not a sell point on the railway. It just runs across, and it kind of comes off the map and then goes elsewhere. Let's just say, we'll say elsewhere for the time being. So we're going to have a bit of a tour around. As I said, we start off here at the homestead, and the trigger is just there. We can't actually go into this one. I haven't been able to get into this one. Everything on here is standard apart from this chicken coop. This chicken coop is modded. Other than that, everything else is standard Giants equipment. There are contracts available. There are no custom crops on here. We'll get to the reset point in a little while. We do have a silo, which is a regular standard silo, and we have a load of equipment and a load of shelters. Now the slot count is high because we do start off with a lot of buildings and shelters, not a huge amount of equipment. If I just come over here, I'll show you something. If we just stand, I don't know, about there. So if you come onto here on Farm Manager or start from scratch, the slot count will drop down to 451. So from 835 down to 451, but it looks like this. Because you start with absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. Now the other thing I was going to show you was, if we do that, we start with this whole area here, bit of woodland, field 1, some grass area over around here, and we do also start right down the other side of the map with field 21. Couldn't be further away. But the map's, I say, it doesn't feel huge, that's the thing. So the drive across doesn't seem too bad. Maybe that's just me, I'm not too sure. Now, interesting, looking down across to Griffin, in 1925, in March 18th it was, Griffin was hit by the tri-state tornado, very famous in its time. and it completely destroyed Griffin. There wasn't a single building standing. So the whole thing was rebuilt after that. Quite terrifying, really, when you think about it. So let's jump in the pickup. I'm quite so used to getting the Land Rover now. We'll back up from our home. The chicken coop holds 100 chickens. And while we drive out past our machinery, we'll have a look at what we start with, as well as a workshop here at the main farm, which is lovely. So if we go across, we go to garage. We start with a Fiat 1300 DT, a New Holland TX32, a pickup, a forestry HW80 trailer, the head of the TX32, we've got a cultivator, a seeder, the chicken coop, large grain silo, and we do start off with quite a few. We've got the vehicle workshop, we've got sheds, farm sheds, garages, shacks, and the farmhouse. The farmhouse itself is 93 slots, it says there, so that's how you can get the slot count right down to 451, because you don't start with any of that on those other two. So that is all pretty much up here, I think, although I think sheds, there are a few of these we've got. Yeah, it says +4, so there are 4 of those easy sheds around the map as well. Yeah, that lizard farm shed, +68, farm garage, +70. Why is that so many slots? I'm pretty sure it doesn't show on here as having mods available. These are the standard Giants ones. Why are those so many slots? Maybe because it's built into the surroundings? I don't know, it just seems very high. But anyway, so we can get the slot count right down. Now, just off to the side, it does say about heading off out and enjoying the various different trails, whether you're walking on horseback. Now, it does say in the mod hub, or ATV, and they have trailhead markers, like so, and the trails wind off and lead out all the way through the woodland, all the way around, all over. But that sign does say no motorised vehicles. Can you get away with that with an ATV? Probably, as long as you don't get caught by the local sheriff. I'm sure you'll be fine. So we're going to head from here and have a quick look around. I do like these white fences. It looks lovely, it really does. This is a really nice map. I do like the ones that are based on, or actual, I say based on, ones that are a real place. Like I've been doing, I've been chatting about, the history of the place and a little bit, a few things I found out. I like being able to go out and find facts about places, and I find all that fascinating. And I think that adds just another little bit of realism to it, because it's a real place and you can find out about the real place. When you then come onto a map like this to either have a look around or you start to play on it, I don't know, it feels lived in, because it really is lived in, I suppose. So as we come down, we're not very high up on the side there, just up the slope. We come down into the town itself. There's one of the easy sheds over to the right there. It's pretty flat out here as we head south. We're going to come to one of the first of the sell points, and we'll work our way around them all, hopefully. Hopefully I won't miss any. So the custom sounds, all the different stuff going on. The first one we come to is here, and this is O'Connor Farm. This is a silage sell point, just tucked in here. So this is O'Connor's farm. I'll show you on the map when we've done a few of them. I'll show you where we've been. Actually, you know what? We'll always down to this one while we're just here. This sell point just here. I love the water tower. I don't know, from different films I've seen over the years and stuff I know about the US, and I only haven't been a couple of times. It's just right. It just, you've got your town hall and the water tower and the church, and I don't know. It's got a really nice feel to this one. So just here we've got the farmers market, but the farmers market sell point is just there. That's for eggs. You can imagine some of these being old mills and schoolhouses and stuff, but like I say, because of the tornado that ripped through, a lot of it would have been new since 1925. Heading back up to the main road. We are going to head down the main street in a little while, but we're going to head out to the couple of the peripheral sell points first. The next one we should be coming to, I don't want to miss it, I think it's this one over here, is Elder Farm. So this is Elder Farm just here. And that's a slurry sell point. Now, like I say, if you come onto here on Farm Manager and start from scratch with the slot count done at 451, and with the slot count done at 451 and having nothing, you don't have... Actually, I said at the start you couldn't sell the house. You do have the house at the start. So you can sell that trigger anyway, regardless of what you come onto this on. And it doesn't mean that you can place you can place a trigger, whatever it might be, whether it's a doormat, whether it's a set of deck chairs, whether it's a building. Whoa, traffic doesn't slow down or stop, does it? Wherever you want on the map. We have got a few little oil pumps knocking around. I think they're the ones off of was it Westbridge Hills that had them? I'm trying to think now. It was, wasn't it? So from here we're going to head right out to the furthest sell point away, and this is the None Better Milling, which I like. We've got a few of these tracks that head out across the map. It's pretty flat everywhere. You can just see the building right over there, the mill. None Better Milling is one of the main sell points, and when I say main sell points, it takes all the main crop types. Some of the other ones are just eggs or just milk, or you've got the spinnery will do wool, and then you've got what I always refer to as your main sell points, which take pretty much your main crop types. You get some that take everything. That's fairly rare. So we are now right in the northeast of the map. Hasn't taken us too long to get here. That None Better Milling. So we'll have a quick look at the map of where we've been. So from the farm, we're headed out and down here to O'Connor Farm, the silage sell point, Farmers Market, the egg sell point, back up to the main road along to Elder Farm, which was a slurry sell point, carried out along there and followed the road round up and out, and we're up here northeast, not right in the northeast corner, but we're up in the northeast at None Better Milling. What I'm going to do now is head back down, taking the landscape on the way, and then what we'll do is head down, I think that's Main Street pretty much, no that one is, isn't it? I need to get the right road. We'll head down with the garden centre and E.G. Miles and a few of the others on our way through. These are all clustered fairly close on top of each other, so it shouldn't take us too long. This is going to be one of those ones that it doesn't actually take too long because of the way the sell points are done. But I like that as it kind of sweeps down out across the landscape. So that's what I was talking about. Just that, I don't know. It just feels like, I say middle America, but you know what I mean? That kind of archetypal American town that I guess for us Brits we're just used to seeing on the TV and that kind of thing. Baseball field off to the left. Let's get the right turn in so I go down Main Street. I think it's this one here. Pretty sure it is. Past the church, and what I assume is the town hall. It looks like a fairly prominent building. Could be just sort of local council offices. Fire station maybe? Potentially. There are people wandering around, but not too many, which is also very, very nice. Cash point. And I think we want this turning just here. So the railway is just there. Now I assumed the train would just be running across every now and again. It does run across. That there is a sell point. We'll get to that in a minute. But that's not actually the grain leg that comes off of that isn't a sell point for the railway. The train is huge. It's got loads of train cars to it. If I pass the garden centre, I think I might have done. I'll come back on myself. Yep, I think I did. Oh, okay, we're getting to this from a different point. I thought we came off that road. Oh, it's all the way around the back by the main water tower. Let's try this again, shall we? That's weird. So we're now at the water point, which is where the water tower is. I've gone right past it, haven't I? So that's water point here. From this is obviously the local pumping station, sanitation plant, potentially. I've lost the garden centre. Watch, I drove straight past it, didn't I? Oh, there it is, look. Garden centre is just here, and the garden centre is a manure sell point, which is just here, tucked round the back. Should have seen it was a garden centre by the fact it had all of these various different things growing outside. That's the garden centre sell point. Now we're going to head out to EG Miles, which is a bit more of a factory plant just there. EG Miles is a wood chip sell point. Now, it does say in the mod hub, in the description, that there is a BGA. And when I first came along, I was like, what? EG Miles Heat and Energy. So your wood chip sell point is here is like a biomass plant, but this is also the BGA. But weirdly, it's not marked on the map as such. You do have to buy the biogas plant, like you do on pretty much any map, if you want to use the biogas facilities. The wood chip sell point is here anyway, so EG Miles, this is the sell point. But if we go to the map, that just says EG Miles. It doesn't say anything about biogas plant. So that is the bit you need to buy to use the biogas plant, and it costs 798,000. So fairly pricey for the biogas plant, but when you do buy it, it's a regular biogas plant. I think it pays 360 for. Oh, there we go. There goes the train, and it is. There's a load of carriages. But again, you can get on the train, you can drive it, but there are no sell points along the track. But it just makes it have a bit more of a kind of real feel as that train goes past every now and again, as you would expect. Two big bunker silos, silage clamps just there. Our sell point for the biogas plant is just here, and our digestate tank for our byproduct is just there. What I think is, I mean, I don't know what it is. It's a regular sized map, but it doesn't feel huge. I suppose because a lot of it is clustered in the middle, and then a lot of the expanse goes right out to the edges, and it really does go quite a long way out to the edges. The amount of detail on this map, and when you get into the town here, there is a lot going on. To get that slot count down to 451, that's quite impressive when you consider how much stuff is on here. So whiz round to the other side, and we should be at the Posey County Co-op. Which is this one just here. So Posey County Co-op is the second of the main sell points, but this one takes your regular crop types plus potato and sugar beet. And what I said about the tornado in 1925, your #1 agricultural resource since 1927. So I'm assuming this had to be completely rebuilt, or there wasn't one here originally and it was built after the tornado came through and destroyed everything. But that's pretty cool. Then just around here we've got our main store for our machinery and equipment needs. Our repair, customise, sell point is just there. Our buy point is just here, and JL farm equipment. And if you have to reset anything for any particular reason, it resets here back to the store. I like all the little back streets and roads that lead everywhere. It's brilliant. So what we'll do is head across from here. Why do I keep turning the engine off? Just habit, I guess. Next to the sell points is Ledley, which is just there. I think the sell point's around to the side. The Ledley sell point is an egg sell point only. So we've got the farmer's market does eggs, as does Ledley, and we've got a lime. No, that's not the lime buy point. That one is. Hang on. That's the dairy sell point. So we've got Ledley we're at, and then just the side of it, there. This is Prairie Farm Dairy. Hear them processing milk, I would imagine. That's your milk sell point. So eggs and milk right next to each other. Oh, the lime sell point. Sorry, that was just behind the co-op. I missed that. So we've seen the water one and the lime one is just there. Next along this road, heading west, is the livestock market, which is just here for buying, selling, loading or unloading of your animals. Now, this map does only start with the chicken coop. There are no other animals on this map to start off with. You can place your own wherever you want once you own the land. Oh, the other thing I was going to mention, this doesn't have a sugarcane sell point. If we go into the menu and we scroll across until we get to... Have I gone past it? Sugarcane, and we drop down. If you look all the way down all the different sell points, there's nothing there. There's no price given for sugarcane. I'm pretty sure that's the only one that doesn't have a sell point. Pretty much everything else does. So yeah, there's no sell point for sugarcane. Continuing on. Beaver Brothers. So, we are now at Beaver Brothers Sawmill, which is just here. So your lumber sell point, wood chips at the biogas plant, or say EG Miles, depends if you buy the biogas plant or not, but EG Miles is wood chip sell point, this is your lumber sell point. And then right on the very end here, we've got Buckley Farm, and this is like a barn sell point. This is grass, hay and straw. So silage is up the top at O'Connor Farm, and for the others, for the rest of your kind of barn, bale sell point needs, it's just here. I'm sure it was Buckley Farm it said. So we've come out along here, we've done Ledley, we've done the dairy farm, or the dairy sell point, we've done the livestock market, Beaver Brothers, yeah, and Buckley Farm out to the end. So what we'll do is head back to the main street, we'll head down, we'll do the wool spinnery, Uncle Pete's Diner, and I think that's almost it. As far as sell points go, you kind of get a feel for the landscape and the land anyway. I guess I've got this, I don't know, this nice feel about it, but that's probably a lot more because I did a bit of research, and like I said earlier on, I've been reading up a bit about the place online and the history, and yeah, I don't know. So I suppose that's going to already give you a kind of, you feel more at home with the place because you found out more about it. I suppose, I don't know, some weird thing like that, something maybe, or not. So on our right, tucked around the back here, we've got our wool and cotton sell point at Cozy Wool, just around the back there. We do have a gas station. When I looked at the map of Griffin, Indiana, and it matches the PDA perfectly. The little diner down the bottom here is called the Depot Diner. I was so hoping, there's a fuel station, gas station just there. I was so hoping it was going to say Depot Diner because I thought that would just be perfect because it matches up with it perfectly. But we've got Uncle Pete's excellent diner down the bottom here. Uncle Pete's is also another egg sell point. So we've got 3 egg sell points on the map. So you may want to, I suppose because you start with chickens up the top, you may want to expand your chicken farm. And then if we head south, we come to the southern edge of the map. Interstate 64 is just off the map, but you can sort of see off in the distance, you can see the signposts and billboards and the gantries for the interstate. You can't actually get to that, but it's kind of there on the horizon, so you can see where the interstate should be running. That's a nice touch. Now it does say as well on here, real picture borders. So I'm assuming, like looking off into the distance, that is the view you get from here, looking off in each direction, which is rather cool. This isn't a sell point down the bottom here, it's just another farm area. So if you did come on here and you want this to be your start farm, you can, why not, buy the plot of land, have this as your start farm instead. And that is Griffin, Indiana. Like I say, these roads that go out, you know, it's quite a long way out. We'll whiz out this way, why not? Taking some of the fields as we go out. I don't think I've missed anything. I hope I haven't. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.